Sup, fellow nerds, and welcome to Not Your Status Quo's Jessica Jones Season 3 spoiler-filled review.
And remember, if you like what you see here, subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell to be notified of future videos.
And share it with your friends if you like.
Please do.
Hello?
Jessica Jones.
Alright, so Jessica Jones Season 3, we had about 4 different character arcs that kind of intersected between each other and kind of got us towards the end of the season. Jessica meets up with Eric, who we meet early on, who we find out can tell how evil someone is. It basically gives them a massive headache, and that leads them to finding Gregory. He had been blackmailing people, and then this guy kind of was one of them that never really paid. And we find out it's Gregory Salinger. For those of you familiar with the comics, it's Fool Killer. They never call him by that in the show. But basically leads them to working with Trish, who now has superpowers. And, in one of the biggest scenes of, one of the most emotional and shocking scenes from this season, ends up killing Trish's mom.
Yeah, that actually, when that happened, it did. It really shocked me when it came on the screen. I was like, oh, no way. And like her mom was just coming around to, they're basically sisters. She's coming around. She's like, you're all right, you got to get new outfits. She was really coming around to being on the same team. Right when that happens.
And it flowed really nicely with Trish's arc in this whole season. She got these powers. She's becoming Hellcat. She wants to be a hero so bad. The exact opposite of Jessica. Jessica has had these powers, and she's always kind of like pushed the hero thing aside. She didn't want to do it. Trish wanted to be a hero.
The reluctant hero and the uber hero? Does that work?
Yeah, that works.
But she kind of overdid it.
No, she did. But episode 2, I want to call out because
and I think
that
it's
was
episode 11 as well.
Yes, both Trish-centric episodes that personally I thought were the best in the season. I really enjoyed them. It was nice seeing a different perspective than Jessica's on what's going on, and it intersected a lot with Jessica, and you just saw it from Trish's perspective, and I thought it was very well done.
And the cool thing, why it was well done is those scenes that they were together were just the same scenes.
Yep.
And then it shows, her side of it when she leaves.
And Trish, as she's going around, she ends up working with Eric also at a point to try to find these people, because she wants to be this hero, and she confronts one of the dirty cops that we had met earlier with Jessica and Eric, and she wants to scare him, and she ends up accidentally killing him. And I think this, was another cog in what Trish became at the end of the season, which was pretty much a bad guy. She was almost Punisher in a sense, and we had talked about it earlier. It being an accidental death, I thought was very well played because it didn't make her out to be a killer, but once it happened, she was like, and Eric was like, I feel a lot better. Like, the world is a better place.
Yeah, it's
and it
more
just
balanced. Yeah.
took her down that path when she ended up, basically, clashing with Jessica.
Yeah, and Jessica ends up having to, as all all heroes have to, confront their main villain. It usually ends up being their brother, their best friend, or whatever, who wants the same thing but in a different way. And that's why Luke Cage shows up to remind her about Diamondback and what he had to do. So she has to do this to her sister. And that little scene at the end where Trish is already in jail. She's getting on the helicopter and Jessica's out there where they're having that little stare down. That's an amazing shot.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. And while that's all going on, Jerry Hogarth, who really amped up the evil and just, vileness of a character.
Yeah.
She has ALS, and she's trying to get back with Kith, one of her former lovers who she cheated on, but always loved this woman. Ends up using Malcolm, who we'll talk about in a minute, to find some dirt on him. And they find some very bad dirt on him. He was stealing from his daughter's charity. They find out. He ends up killing himself. And how this kind of intersects with everything else as a PR stunt, because they're losing clients left and right when this kind of gets out. He blames Jerry for this when this gets out. So she takes the case of Gregory Salinger, which then puts her at odds with Jessica. And it was just, really nice that these were all intersecting. But then you also have this fourth one, Malcolm, who he's working for Hogarth. He's the one who finds the dirt on Kith's husband, and he starts second guessing himself
Yeah.
about what he wants to do. He wants to be a private eye, and he thought the ends were going to justify the means working for Hogarth. But he's finding out that's not the case, and he's working with Trish to get information on Hogarth's clients so she can go out and dispense some vigilante justice.
Gets a little twisted.
Yeah, and he ends up, leaving Hogarth. So then Hogarth finds out that Trish is this masked vigilante that no one knows, and so she tries to use her in another one of Kith's. Someone suing Kith against the thing that when they had stolen from
The embezzling that her husband did.
So she uses Trish to go after him to get her off Kith's case. So it's these four really convoluted plots intersect at different times, and
Yeah.
you see different scenes from other perspectives. I loved it. I thought they did a great job.
It's definitely an upswing from the second season.
Right. It's definitely season 2. I liked it. David, not so much.
Yeah.
But this one definitely, I think, as the last Netflix Marvel show, they did a great job. They really wrapped it up nice. And, the fight scene at the end between Jessica and Trish was really enjoyable. When they did have action scenes, they were well choreographed and they were enjoyable. I thought all the characters.
I thought they did a good job with developing Trish into Hellcat. Showing how she gained her agility. Everything. How she had the surgery, but it didn't just go like that. She still had to train. She still had to do the right thing. And when she killed somebody, she just kind of got a taste for it. If this is justice, then I can do it. There's no repercussions
Yeah,
after
she
it.
didn't plan on it. She was, I think, remorseful about it. But like we said earlier, when Eric says, I feel like
Yeah.
the world's a better place,
It was
she
like
started
giving her
thinking,
the keys.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly. And it ends up, at the end, David talked about it, the final shot. She's in jail. She's going away. Jessica is kind of watching her leave. And it just all wrapped up very nicely. Netflix shows are done. Thought they did a great job.
Hogarth really showed it, what a dirtbag attorney does. And she was doing everything to get anything that she wanted. And that's her world. That's her world. That's how her world works.
Yep. Everyone fit into the characters they were. They grew, they changed, but it all made sense and was nice. And then, at the end,
The very end,
when she's trying to take the bus out of town,
and she hears
there's purple on the screen, and then the ticket's purple, and she just hears David Tennant. Thank God David Tennant was in this again.
Yeah.
You don't see him, but you just hear his voice saying, "Go ahead and quit, Jessica. Go ahead and do it." So you see that Kilgrave, the Purple Man, still is having a major impact on her life. Many years after he has died, but he, abused her for many years, and it's still there. And I just thought that was a very nice
I
send-off.
thought it was awesome. Yeah.
And really wrapped it up nice. So,
Scales. Like I said, I'm not going to put it on a Newton scale, but I will say I give it a 7.9, and it's better than it went 1, 3, 2 for me on the seasons.
I'm going to give it an 8.7. I thought it was great. I really loved watching every episode. I was looking forward to watching the next episode, and just how convoluted it was, but all worked together. I thought they just did a great job. And I'm with you. 1 was the best Jessica Jones seasons, in my opinion, then 3, then 2. And now, the big question. Is Jessica Jones season 3, or just Jessica Jones, better than Smallville?
No. Sorry, no. Daredevil came close, season 3. But Smallville's still way up here, and Jessica Jones is still down there.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
You're a cheater.